You know, in the world of football, it feels like the one thing you can always count on is change. Careers take off, legends say goodbye, and just when you think you've seen it all, a new star just explodes onto the scene. It's this constant cycle, right? A story that's always unfolding. Today, we're going to look at three stories that I think perfectly capture where the game is right now: an ending, a choice, and a brand new beginning.
So yeah, we're going to dive into a legendary farewell, a huge, career-defining choice, and an absolutely explosive beginning for a young player. And what's so cool is that together, these stories really show us the powerful forces pulling the strings in the background. We're talking legacy, we're talking big money, and we're talking raw, untapped potential. So, what do these stories really tell us? Let's get into it.
All right, first up, the end of an era, and I mean a real end of an era. Sergio Busquets, seriously one of the most decorated midfielders in the history of the sport, has announced he's retiring at the end of this MLS season. And this isn't just a player leaving the field. It feels like a whole chapter of football history is closing.
And if you want to understand the weight of this moment, just listen to his longtime teammate Lionel Messi. He said it was a great privilege to walk this path together almost from start to finish. Man, you can just feel the history in those words, can't you? It's powerful stuff.
And what's so incredible is the sheer length of their connection. I mean, think about it. Messi and Busquets played together for 13 seasons at Barcelona. They basically defined an entire generation of football. So when they linked back up at Inter Miami, it just proved that some partnerships are bigger than any one club. It makes this final announcement truly feel like the end of something special.
And if you want to talk legacy, let's talk numbers. Because we're talking about more than 30 major trophies. 30! At both the club and international level. A number like that just cements your status as one of the game's all-time greats, period. A true legend's farewell.
Okay, so from a career reaching its beautiful conclusion, let's pivot to one that's right at a crossroads. We're talking about Manchester City's Bernardo Silva, a star who is absolutely in his prime, but he's facing a massive decision about what comes next.
And the thing that's pulling him in this new direction, well, it's just staggering. Back in 2023, the Saudi club Al Hilal reportedly offered him £500,000 per week. Let that sink in for a second. That's not just a pay raise, folks. That number represents a huge shift in the entire global football landscape.
And that interest, it hasn't gone away. Not at all. Now reports are saying other clubs like Al Ahly and Al Qadsiya are ready to jump in with a 4-year deal. So even though he's technically under contract with Man City until 2026, you've got this immense financial power, basically forcing one of the world's best players to make a really tough choice.
And finally, we've had the ending, we had the choice. Now for the beginning. Because while all this is going on with the established stars, there's this fierce battle raging for the next generation. So let's talk about the hunt for this 20-year-old Juventus winger, Kenan Yildiz.
So why is everyone so excited about this kid? Well, the numbers really speak for themselves. In just 6 matches this season, he's already got 2 goals and 4 assists. He's also getting this reputation for scoring these absolute rockets from long range. And he's only 20. His potential seems totally limitless. And of course, that kind of potential comes with a massive price tag. Arsenal has reportedly started talking to Juventus, but Juve won't even pick up the phone for less than 80 million euros. And some people think that number could even climb up to 100 million. It's a crazy premium, but it just goes to show you what clubs are willing to bet to lock down a future superstar. So, let's tie these 3 threads together, shall we? We've seen a legend's retirement, a star's huge financial dilemma, and a young prodigy's sky-high valuation. Every story is totally different on the surface, but when you put them all together, you get this really fascinating snapshot of what's driving the game today. And this right here really puts it all into perspective. On one side, you've got Bernardo Silva, the established, proven star, being tempted by this unbelievable salary in a completely new league. And on the other, you have Kenan Yildiz, this rising talent who's commanding a colossal transfer fee based on what he might become. It's 2 very different kinds of financial pressure, but they're both incredibly powerful. And all of this brings us to the big question, right? As we watch one generation bow out, another weigh its options, and a new one just starting to shine, you have to wonder, what's going to be the ultimate motivator for the stars of tomorrow? Is it going to be the chase for a legacy like Busquets, the lure of money we've never seen before, or is it going to be the pressure to fulfill that immense potential? Whatever the answer is, you can bet it's going to shape the very soul of the game for years to come.